Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are going way beyond the buzzwords and taking a real scientific journey inside our own bodies to understand what is actually happening when we meditate. Yeah, that feeling, I think we all know it. That constant pressure, that tightness in your chest, the thoughts that just won't stop racing. But have you ever stopped to wonder, what is physically going on inside of us in those moments? What's the biology behind all that stress?
You know, we're always looking for something out there to fix how we feel. But what if the most powerful tool for change is already hardwired into your system? That's what we're going to do here. We're going to travel from the chemicals swimming in your blood to the literal wiring of your brain to see how a really simple practice can create some truly profound, measurable changes.
All right, so to really get how meditation works, we first have to understand what it's up against. And that's our body's own built-in alarm system, the stress response.
Okay, so let's meet the main character in this whole story of stress, a hormone called cortisol. When your brain even thinks there's a threat, doesn't matter if it's a looming deadline or just bad traffic, your body starts pumping out this stuff. You can think of it as your body's biological alarm bell, and it puts your entire system on high alert.
So, if cortisol is the problem, how do we quiet that alarm? Well, this is where meditation steps in, and the science shows it can act as this incredibly powerful chemical countermeasure.
You can almost picture it like a chemical battlefield raging inside you. On one side, you've got cortisol, the stress hormone, and on the other, you've got this amazing team, what some researchers call the molecules of happiness. These are the chemicals that make us feel pleasure and connection and well-being. What meditation does is it helps tip the scales, big time, in favor of these good guys. It's like building a chemical foundation for feeling good.
And look, this isn't just some nice idea. It's backed by some really solid data. For example, a recent study found that when a group of women added meditation to their regular exercise routine, their cortisol levels just plummeted by over 26%. I mean, that is a huge drop. It means your body isn't just feeling less stressed, it is biologically less stressed.
And what's really cool is that the effect seems to get stronger the more you do it. Just look at this 2020 study. The pattern is crystal clear. People who had been meditating for a long time had the lowest cortisol and the highest levels of those feel-good endorphins. It's like the more you practice, the more your entire body chemistry starts to shift. And when your baseline shifts, you start your day from a place of calm, instead of having to fight your way back to it.
Okay, so now let's zoom out a bit. We've talked about the chemicals, but let's look at the body's master control system that's running the whole show.
See, behind the scenes, your body has this amazing autopilot. It's called the autonomic nervous system. It's running 24/7, controlling all the stuff you don't have to think about, like your heart beating or you breathing. And this system basically has two different modes of operation.
Mode number one is the sympathetic system. This is your gas pedal. It's your fight or flight response. It jacks up your heart rate, tenses your muscles, and gets you ready to go. It's absolutely essential for survival, but the problem with modern life is that for a lot of us, it's kind of stuck in the on position.
The other mode? That's the parasympathetic system. This is your brake pedal. It's the rest and digest state. It's what slows your heart rate down, helps you digest your food, and promotes calm and recovery. This is the state where your body actually repairs and recharges itself.
So here's the absolute key. Meditation acts like a manual override switch. As this research points out, things like deep breathing and mindfulness let you consciously flip the switch yourself, from that high alert gas pedal down state to the calm brake pedal on state. You're literally telling your body's autopilot, hey, stand down, we can relax now.
And this brings us to the most incredible part of our whole journey. Because all these changes we've been talking about, they don't just affect your body. They lead to the most profound changes of all, right inside your brain.
Okay, this is where it gets really fascinating. Meditation isn't just a temporary feeling. Over time, it physically changes the structure and the function of your brain. It actually dials down the activity in the amygdala. Think of that as the brain's little smoke detector for fear. At the same time, it boosts the prefrontal cortex, which is like the brain's CEO, in charge of focus and smart decisions. So you're literally turning down the volume on your inner alarmist and turning up the volume on your inner leader.
And you can really see the long-term impact here. Brain scans show that expert meditators, we're talking monks with thousands of hours of practice, have fundamentally different brain activity. They show way higher levels of what are called gamma waves. Now, gamma waves are associated with those moments of peak performance, intense focus, and those aha insights. It is literally the brain state of being completely and totally in the zone.
So let's pull all these threads together. We've seen the chemical shifts. We've seen the nervous system flip. We've seen the brain get rewired. But how does this all come together in our day-to-day lives?
Well, it's this beautiful biological cascade, and it all starts with something so simple. You just consciously focus on your breath. That one simple act sends a signal to your nervous system to switch from fight or flight over to rest and digest. That switch changes your body's chemical cocktail, lowering the cortisol. And all of that together culminates in changing the activity patterns in your brain.
So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's this. That feeling of calm you get from meditation, it is not just in your head. It's the very real result of all these measurable, physical changes we just walked through. You are consciously steering your own biology toward a state of balance and well-being.
And that leaves us with a pretty mind-blowing question, doesn't it? The evidence is clear. Through something as simple as focused attention, we can physically change the very organ that creates our thoughts. And if our minds hold that kind of power, what else are we capable of changing? Not just inside ourselves, but out in the world around us. It really makes you wonder if the potential of the human mind is way, way bigger than we ever imagined.